Hello there and welcome to my channel. My name is Sonia and this is Sonia with an I. I'm so glad that you're here today and I wanted to share with you my new booktube journey. I am new to booktube and this video is going to be about me, my whys, and my future plans for this channel. So it's going to be quite a chatty one. So feel free if you want to pause and get a snack or get something to drink and come right on back. That would be awesome. So a little bit about me. I'm a former elementary teacher. I currently teach adults in an adult ESL program, which means I teach English as a second language to immigrants who are learning English where English is not their first language. Uh, I have always had a very heavy reading curriculum. I've always enjoyed reading. One of my favorite things about being an elementary teacher was when I would gather the students and do story time or read aloud. It was probably my most favorite part of my teaching experience. I have always loved books. I was raised in a house where books were important. My mother was a reader. My grandfather was a reader. He read the Zane Grey, Louis L'Amour. I just remember him having piles and piles. My granny was a reader. My Grammy raised me a little bit later after my parents got divorced. She would read the Harlequin romance books and the Bible. Harlequin romance with the white covers with the circles on them. She was quite the reader. We read Wind in the Willows together when I was in second grade. We did I read, you read. Reading was just important. I grew up in poverty, so there were many times where we might not have electricity, and there were many years where we didn't have television, like most people in the 80s did. And books were a way of entertainment. Some of my favorite children's books when I was a kid was Corduroy and Sylvester and the Magic Pebble. I remember those very well. They both have a found family sort of just being found, so that meant a lot to me as a kid. I still love children's books. I love all books, so I thought, well, that's probably why I have a booktube channel, is because I love books so much. One of my very favorite things to do is to talk to people about books. I often ask the question, are you a reader, and what are you reading? I like to hear. I feel like you learn so much about people just by knowing what they read. Now, I read cozy mysteries that have a lot of murder, so I don't know what that tells you about me. But we often joke, actually, my circle of friends joke about that because they're like, yeah, you read all the murders. Anywho, I think that you can learn a lot about people from what they read. And one of my very favorite movies is You've Got Mail. And there is a line in that movie that says, you are what you read. And one of these days when I have a minute, I'm going to get really creative and I want to stitch that on a sweatshirt because I love you are what you read. And I believe that. I really do. I think it's such a reflection of who you are as a person. And I think I think everyone is a reader. They just haven't discovered the right book yet. So that is how, my feelings on books. What made me start my channel is uh, I had some wonderful encouragement by some incredible YouTubers that welcomed me with open arms into the community and just let me join the party. And it was so wonderful and fun. And I appreciate them so much. Um, I I first discovered cozy mystery booktubers during the pandemic. I honestly didn't watch YouTube very often before then. Like I would occasionally, of course, when I was looking for something and wanted to know more about it or whatnot, I would go to YouTube and check it out. But I didn't really get into it or watch it nearly as much as I don't even watch regular TV anymore. It's if I'm watching something, it's usually something on YouTube, and it's usually it's either something about books or something about vintage cooking or something about some party history or Lord of the Rings or whatever. So I wasn't really into it, and I started watching it, and I was like, I wonder, cozy mysteries. You never really hear people talking about cozy mysteries. So I searched and I discovered Spencer from Intentionally Bookish, and I discovered Tiffany from Beach Bum Bookworm, and I discovered just a few other creators, Darling Desi, Morgan Long, And I really just started enjoying their videos, enjoying their vibe, their enthusiasm for books. Beach Bum Bookworm has been really great about, and just inviting me. I do lives with her on Sundays, and some other creators, Storm from Storm Reads, Sarah from the Bookish Knitter, Lizzie Faye Loves Books, Elizabeth, um, Lee from Dark Roots Creations, Rove from the TBR Tackle. I don't want to miss anybody, and if I did, I'm so sorry. I'm really trying, not purposely trying to do that, but they were all just so welcoming to me and so kind, and inviting me to come to their lives and inviting me to be a part of them, and it just. If I love being part of a community, of course, everyone wants to be seen and everyone wants to be heard, and they just welcomed me so much and was encouraging me. You should start your own channel. You should start your own channel, and so I did. And I started with a couple of shorts, and then I went from the shorts to doing some videos. And I was scared because I don't know how to edit videos. I don't have any of that background. And, it's kind of rough, and it probably will be rough for a little while, but every time I do a new video, I learn something new. So, in 100 years, I'll be perfect. So, uh, I, my why, another reason why I wanted to start doing YouTube videos is the reason I took this step is because it's kind of a therapeutic reach for me to cure perfectionism. I suffer from perfectionism. I allow if I don't think that I'm going to be perfect at something, I will not attempt it. And it's something very unhealthy that I've dealt with for a long time. And creating this YouTube channel and doing videos and not being perfect at everything. It's one of the reasons I didn't start doing it earlier, is because I saw all these beautiful cinematic videos, and I love these creators. I love the creators that do this just beautiful. It looks like it's in a movie. I think it's incredible. And when I think about doing my own videos, I was like, oh, I don't look like them, or I can't create like that. And comparison is the thief of joy. And I allowed that to keep me from creating videos. And if people find entertainment or knowledge or even just community by watching one of my videos, to me, it's a success. So I'm creating and allowing myself to make mistakes and not be perfect, to realize that I don't have to be perfect to be cared about or accepted or loved or anything like that. So it was kind of a therapeutic journey, along with a fun journey into a community that is just an incredible place to be. Because, I mean, book people are the best people, I think, anyway. Um, what was the hardest part for me for book doing this is probably the editing for me, is figuring all of that out. And because I have all these ideas. I mean, I have so many ideas and I want to get them and create them and do all this because I'm a creative as well. But I have the ideas, and then I want to do the videos, and then I'm not sure how to edit or add this or that. And then I'm afraid that to me is the hardest part of the journey. Actually, the other hardest part is just getting started. That, taking the first step. And I think that's for everything. What booktubers that I discovered and really love, there are so many. I don't think I could name them all, honestly. My first few were, as I said, Spencer at Intentionally Bookish, Tiffany the Beach Bum Bookworm, Amy Marie. I'm sorry, Amy Marie. Those were the first few cozy mystery booktubers that I started watching. And then I have a few other booktubers that I watch that don't really read cozy mysteries, but I enjoy their content. Plant-Based Bride is someone. A lot of the booktubers I watch also do book journaling, which that's something I do too. So that kind of correlates with my journey and what I want to do. What kept me, I think that I already said that what kept me from doing this was just the perfectionism. Honestly, it was what it was. And my future plans. I plan to continue to talk about cozy mysteries. I'm trying to do this in steps so I don't get overwhelmed and decide that it's just, you know, because this has to be a hobby for me. This has to be something that's fun, that it's enjoyable, that's not a lot of stress. If it starts to create a lot of stress or I start to feel like that it's work or whatnot, I probably I won't continue doing it. I don't want and I won't have fun. It won't be fun. I want it to be fun. I plan to do and share more of I'm a book journaler as well. If you are Instagram friends with me, you've seen probably a lot of that. I will put my Instagram handle in the comments below. I book journal and I would really love to share that with my YouTube community too, because I think it's a wonderful way not only for creatives to express themselves and share how they feel about books, but also to record keep. It's just a fun way to do that. I plan to do some more cozy elements because cozy is where my heart is, and it kind of always has been. I know that cozy is the big buzzword and everything is cozy nowadays, but I have always had kind of a cozy soul, and I don't know if that's because I was raised by my grandmother and I've always been told I have an old soul, but I was the girl in my 30s that would rather on a Friday night be at a bookstore or be at a coffee shop reading a book than being at the club. And it's been a while since I was in my 30s. So, I I've always loved a cozy element. And when I say like cozy things, like I'd like to share like cozy hobbies or one of the things I have thrown around in my head doing is something I used to do in my classroom. We used to read a book and then do a food activity with it. We called it Eat a Book. And I'd like to do something like cook from the book or something. Something like that. A lot of cozy mysteries have recipes. So I love to cook and I love to bake, so that would be something that I would incorporate. I don't know how I would set up. I'm still working on like camera angles and things like in the kitchen and doing all of that because most of the videos I make honestly are just sit down face to face. That's what I'm comfortable with at this time. So, some of my future plans and some of the things I'm kind of racquetballing around in my head. So that is kind of my thought process. Um, I do have a lot of hobbies. I do have things that I collect. I love vintage things. I love Pyrex bowls. That's kind of my thing, or bowls of any kind. Honestly, I love nesting bowls, but I also love vintage cookbooks. Vintage Christmas. If you've seen any of my shorts, you've seen the tons of vintage Christmas that I have. Um, I also am very passionate about thrifty shopping and conservation of the planet, and you know how there are so many things that we can keep out of landfills and thrifting and all of that. I'm pretty passionate about that, so I don't know if that's something that I will incorporate in my channel. I might just do books and that's it. Or books and maybe some read alouds. I really enjoyed doing the read aloud. I don't know yet, but these are the things that I'm throwing around in my head. So as I said, this was kind of a chatty video, and I appreciate you sitting and listening to me. And I've had a lot of people ask me a lot of these questions, and I've seen people do the new booktube tag video, and I haven't been like officially tagged in anything. I've had a couple people mention that I should do one, so I thought, why not? So here I am. Um, Thank you so much for watching the video. And if you are still here, I'm wearing a blue shirt, so post a blue emoji. Um, if you haven't been told today that you matter and you make this world a better place, you do. And I appreciate you being here. Please like and subscribe. Support is absolutely free and greatly appreciated. And I will see you next time. Okay? Happy reading. Bye.